We're live! Put your happy face on, Johnny. Good morning, beautiful people. It is Sunday. We are in August. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Welcome to the Ignite Your Purpose show number 98. Is that right? It's 98.
Right. That's right.
98, baby. And our mission statement, our tagline, the Ignite Your Purpose way is the talk of longevity through a healthy lifestyle, right? A mix of mental, physical, and spiritual knowledge. Mind, body, soul, trifecta, the negative to the positive. And however you want to make that negative to positive, whether it's food, life, finance, relationships to positive. Being better than you were tomorrow. We put on our shoes to be better. Correct, Johnny? Now, John, what are we talking about today?
Oh man. So we were just talking about this, and after yesterday we had a list. Man, we had nine subjects that kind of tied into yesterday's. And then this assigned to this, and this one. Oh, and then we could talk about this off the back of that one. And then we couldn't remember where we started. Yesterday's subject was the art of listening, which in some way is when we listen. Oh, I've got food delivered. Freaking, thank you, darling. I'll have that in a minute. The art of listening is being prepared to change your mind. Listening to the other side, being prepared to change your mind, and being interested in the other person, not necessarily trying to be interesting. And we thought we'd tie that into practicing what you preach and being human. Could you go pop your headphones in, buddy? I've got feedback.
Uh-oh. Feedback, people. Feedback.
Oh.
This is what happens when we go live, baby. This is it. This is real life.
Anybody objectify kind of have a snack while we
I think it's brilliant. Tell people what you got actually while you're there.
Okay, we've got some pasta with cheese sauce. That's not cheese sauce. It's made with cashew, nutritional yeast, a bit of salt, a bit of lemon, a bit of miso, gluten-free pasta, and then we've got some courgettes or zucchinis and some maybe some onions, some sun-dried tomatoes, some chili, and there's some couple of types of mushroom in there.
I can't put my snub up onto that. That looks pretty damn tasty, brah.
Okay. So, man, we've been talking for ages. We haven't actually said anything yet.
So let's talk this then. Holding our feet to the fire is basically what we wanted to come down to. Talking about the art of listening yesterday, but also talking about the hard work it takes to actually be in that spot where you can actually listen, and then the fact that we are human and we always fail, right? We always fail. One of the biggest things I would say currently that I am doing is just trying to shut off my I want to talk reaction point. So, and again, I've said this to John, I've been in so many spots lately where I'm just interacting with people that have such different lifestyles than myself. And instead of interjecting and talking, I'm trying to practice what I preach by just not talking and actually listening to that human speak to me and just seeing where they're at. You know what I mean? And it is, that in itself is the practice. You know what I'm saying? That is holding my feet to the fire. That is practicing what I'm preaching. And at the same time, it allows me to sometimes succeed and sometimes fail. Because, man, there's so many times I just want to be like, oh, my God, are you kidding me? I just want to squeeze your head and kiss you and tell you that that's not right. But I have to step back, right? And there's sometimes where I think they're so far off center by telling me, for example, by drinking a Coke with or a pop with, low calories, that's still good, and I'm just trying not to say anything, right? So it's a daily lesson to try to improve yourself, right? And it's hard work. It actually is hard work.
Well, I think already we're going to spin off subjects, or certainly I am. And good. On that, the majority of people just don't know. They just don't know what's healthy and good for them. They know what they read in a paper and in a headline, but they just don't know. And man, I get so frustrated. I go from being, in restaurants and out and about, and certainly in the supermarket, one week I'll be like, oh, look at my fucking shopping trolley and look how good and awesome and bright. Oh, look, green, 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 green. Look at the colour, the vegetables. And I'm being kind of all high and mighty and superior and looking at these trolleys. And then the next week, I've just got this utter sadness because these people don't know. It's got low fat or low calorie or low whatever it is on there, and they just don't know. And that is where it comes into, and you sit down with people and they're talking and you just want to go,
yeah.
They've sent out all of this knowledge, this learnings, this experience, the things that we've read and the understanding. Not that it's perfect by any way, shape or form, but with the best knowledge that we have available today, there are certain choices that you can make and it doesn't involve that lot there. But at the same time, people are so, food is such a personal, on food, for example, it's such a personal thing and everybody's an expert. So that's where that is. And then in that moment, I have to take it back to where I was when we were beginning. And maybe it wasn't quite that far back or that bad, if you want to use that word. But yeah, you've got to think back to these baby steps and actually being
compassionate.
Compassionate. What were the steps? What were the mistakes I made? When did I learn? When did I make breakthroughs? So yeah, being compassionate for these people, not being judgmental, and not beating yourself up for being judgmental. I'm just saying, I'm judging. Yep. Judging, not doing that. And more you're conscious of it, judging and being critical and being obnoxious or whatever the word might be, you become more aware of what you're doing. So, Max?
Very true. Well, and it always comes back to this for me. It's like, if we come back to compassion, we come back to when we're sitting with people and you're interacting and you're either having a good time and the conversations, if they're not mundane, absolutely useless conversations, and you actually get into conversations that are somewhat deep and you want to interact, but we also have to remember where we've all come from, right? Like, I mean, think of our education system. Think of the way we're parented now. I mean, back in the day, and I'm reading some ancient style books right now where, I mean, you had pharaohs and monks running some of the biggest empires in the world at 14. I mean, look at what we do today at 14. Look what we do today. I know people that are still 30, 35, live with mom and dad. You know what I mean? Like and I'm not laying blame. I'm not saying good or bad. I'm just saying it's so twisted and different. I mean, none of us even understand how money is created or how money comes from and finances. We're not taught that shit in school. We're not taught anything about health and nutrition in school. And it's very true that our doctors maybe are not either taught about health and nutrition, right? So there's so many factors at play when you're just sitting down having a conversation with somebody else that we don't even take into factor. We just want to be right. We want them to be wrong. We want to impose our way on them. And it's like I said, everything's so tied in with everything else that it's just, you know, sometimes you sit there and you're just like, wow.
Yeah,
can I just have a conversation?
Yeah, there's a cognitive bias in humans, and it's probably not everybody, but for the majority of people, they want to be right and they want to say their own thing, and it's just.
Well, for example,
waiting for that opportunity to say your piece, not listening to what's going on, and that was yesterday's conversation. If you want to whiz back, slightly more structured than today. Like
I just tried to get in there before John was finished, but what I'm saying is, think about this, John. Some of the healers you have, some of the healers I know. You know, chiropractors, all this stuff, we go to them to heal, but actually our belief systems are totally different. Most of the guys I know do not believe in the vegan lifestyle. They do not believe in that, yet we go to them for healing, right? And I'm not saying I'm vegan anymore. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when your belief systems don't even match, you know, how does it all work, right? You're going to them for healing, but they probably know things, or we know, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't, nothing really lines up anymore, right? Like there's so much ancient knowledge none of us know. There's so much information none of us are even able to get that's out there that leaves us all kind of really, we're all really babies in these conversations, and we should really be taking in everybody's knowledge to try and be better, right? Anyway, I went off on a little jag there. Sorry, but
well, you did. I was listening whilst I was picking up my phone. But I had Steve Maxwell's monthly blog or whatever it is today, and there's a couple of lines there. I'm going to read it to you because I found it quite funny. And he said, My mailbox is littered with emails posing the same series of questions over and over. But I don't have all of the answers. I have a lot, mostly from my own personal experience and much from working with thousands of men and women of all ages the world over for many decades. The interesting thing is that many people, once they receive the answer, an answer they do not like, will continue asking the same question, going from source to source until they get the answer they like. The truth will set you free, but only if you really want to hear the truth. And it has been Steve's personal experience in the field of health and fitness education for 50 odd years that people don't really want the truth. They want to think they want. They want what they think they want to hear.
And they want that truth to align with their belief system.
So we can share some of this knowledge. People don't want to hear it, so they'll filter it all out.
Yep. Like you and I don't want to hear.
Yeah.
Yep. Like when I was in my stage of whatever, well, we'll just talk health. When I was in my stage of I'm not for this, I'm not for that, I did not take any of the facts they put in because my facts were better.
Yep.
Right? I didn't believe their source, I didn't believe their research. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So again, we're talking about holding your feet to the fire and, practicing what you preach.
Yeah.
There were times there have been numerous times in this journey where I put up a brick wall and I'm like, nope, I know better. Fuck you. Until the universe teaches me different. Right. And and that comes usually through a health scare or some type of crashing of your body.
Listening is being prepared to change your mind. You don't have to change your mind. It's being prepared to change your mind. 2 of these, 1 of these.
At its simplest form, people. And that's, I think that's pretty good for our rant today, John.
Yeah. Zero structure, but this is how we roll.
I love it. And that's what I love about it. And that's what the listeners love. They tell us every day. They like the weirdest shit we do. It's not the structured stuff where we got our notes and I'm reading a line and John reads a line. It's the off the fly, authentic shit that they love. And hey, we're here to please you. We aim to please. So to do as disorganized as we can. I'm drinking my chaga. I can honestly feel the vibrations. I should probably tone it down because I'm going to skyrocket pretty quick. I probably had one too many chagas this morning, but hey, it's Sunday. Yeah. We only live once, people. Enjoy.
Yeah, I'm on the pasta that my lovely lady made for me. So we're gonna call it a day. We thank you all for listening, for tuning in, for watching, or in the car. It could be anywhere in the world, but we're right here with us, with him and me. We appreciate that and thank you. So
subscribe, ask questions, do whatever you got to do.
Send your feedback. Be cool.
We're definitely building a community, and we want you to be part of it because it's simply blowing some sunshine up your ass every day to make you better.
Yeah.
So just join the party.
We're here for a short time, not a good time. Is that how you say it? Let's make the most of it.
We're here for a good time, not a long time. That was the song anyway.
It's still quite short. Anyway, go and have an awesome day. Wherever.
Thanks, John.
We'll see you later. Bye.